Welcome back to Living Local. It is time to check in with Movie Mike for what is new at the movies.
Let's do it.
I love it. So
that's why I show up.
This is why you show up. He is the expert. So Mike Schultz, the arts editor for The Reader, joins us, of course, in studio. Mike, thank you for coming in.
A pleasure, as always.
Cold temperature day.
Yeah, it's winter. What you gonna do?
Yeah, it's true. We're kind of used to it. But this next one, you're probably warm for about 3 hours in this movie theater.
Yeah.
Avatar.
It was a long one, but it didn't feel long, and so I'm going to have to eat a little crow because I was not hugely looking forward to this.
Wow.
Well, I wasn't a big fan of the first Avatar, of course, which is, you may remember, was released in 2009, and a James Cameron movie that made all the money in the universe, and it's set in a faraway place in the universe, in Pandora, where there's a whole bunch of blue figures named the Na'vi, and there are Earthlings who want to colonize their planet, all sorts of bad stuff. This time around, it is now 15 years after the events of the first film, and our hero from the first film, who was an Earthling who became a Na'vi, now has a family. He's got 4 kids, he's got a wife, and everything, of course, is peaceful until those darn Earthlings decide to come back again. But I'll tell you, so basically the story is, it's not a lot different from the first Avatar. It's pretty much the same basic idea. The thing is, though, it really worked for me. It's over 3 hours long. It is not boring for a second. It has some of James Cameron's best action scenes, I would say, since Aliens 35 years ago. I mean, it's been a really long time since he's made anything quite this good. And it's also incredibly sweet, and you can tell that his heart is really with the family, and especially with the kids, who basically have most of the screen time in this. I thought it was, and of course, as you can imagine, it looks like $1 zillion. I mean, the money is on the screen, and it was a real delight. I have to say, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Wow. So look at this. This is
why you go to the movies. You get surprised.
This is why you go to the movies.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
So, very interesting. Like I said, the aesthetics on it, phenomenal. Picture. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I am too. Because 3 hours of not enjoying it, that would have been terrible.
Well, we got another movie that might be 3 hours.
We do.
We don't know if you're going to enjoy it or not. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Babylon.
Yeah. Babylon, indeed. You are not incorrect. It is 3 hours and 8 minutes, because that's what we're doing this year. This is the new movie by Damien Chazelle, who won an Academy Award for La La Land a few years back. Also made a wonderful movie about jazz drummers called Whiplash. This is set at the golden age of Hollywood, right when silent films were transitioning into the sound era. And as you can imagine, for 3 hours, it is an incredibly long pastiche with all sorts of Hollywood figures. We have Brad Pitt as kind of the leading man of the era. We have Margot Robbie as a starlet who's trying to break into sound. We have Diego Calva as a film associate. We have, there we go, the great Gene Smart playing a Hollywood gossip columnist. We have Tobey Maguire as a mob boss. It is jam-packed with people, and as you can see, again, it's going to be one of those movies where all the money's on the screen.
Yep.
That's a lot of extras. That's a lot of costumes. It's going to be crazy, filled with a lot of probably great jazz music by Oscar winner Justin Hurwitz. 3 hours, but again, okay.
It looks fun.
Hey, if Avatar can keep my interest for 3 hours, pretty much anything can. So I've got a good feeling about this one as well.
No, the cast is loaded, so it's going to be a good one.
Should be fun.
This next one, The Whale, which is a very intense drama. At least the trailer is indicating it.
Yeah, it's kind of more depressing movies than we're used to getting at Christmas time. It's very strange. But yes, The Whale, which you may have heard about. This stars Brendan Fraser, who we don't get to see nearly as much as we should, basically. And there he is in in prosthetics that weigh about, the suit itself weighs about 300 pounds apparently that he had to be in. But he plays a 600-pound shut-in who is also an English professor. He teaches all of his courses online, and apparently he is, though, as you can imagine, well on his way to being hospitalized because of congestive heart failure. So this movie is all about kind of him reconnecting with his teenage daughter, who he hasn't seen for a long time, played by Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. And yes, and so it's based on a play from 2012. It is directed by Darren Aronofsky, a tremendous filmmaker who made a great Mickey Rourke drama called The Wrestler and Black Swan, which won an Oscar for Natalie Portman. Phenomenal. Yeah, exactly. We have Hong Chow there as his caregiver. This one I'm really looking forward to, partly because it's, I understand, only 2 hours. kind of novel.
You get it now.
I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but yes, apparently you can make movies for less than 3.
Yeah.
The things you learn.
This is why you go to the movies. You learn.
For the education. That's why I'm there. Yes.
Mike, man, I appreciate it too.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you enjoyed the Avatar.
Me too.
You got about 5 hours of movie time.
There we go.
To catch up on. So.
Okay, I'll do it.
Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah,
so,
thanks.
Mike, thank you for being here. Of course, let's go over what Mike talked about. The movie review, Avatar, The Way of Water. He said it was phenomenal, it's expensive, and you'll see that coming out. And of course, the new movies, Babylon and The Whale. You can read Mike's movie reviews online at rcreader.com. And for more information on today's movies, you can head over to ourquadcities.com.